Every game begins the same way.
Hello, Birdland. Before we dive into this crucial update that could redefine our next season, I want to ask every single one of you who lives and breathes orange and black. Subscribe to the channel right now, hit the notification bell, and smash that like button. Your subscription is the fuel that keeps this channel operating with elite information. Let's get straight to business because the rumors are heating up and involve strategic decisions that Mike Elias needs to make immediately. After a 2025 season that, let's be honest, left a bitter taste in our mouths by missing the playoffs following that magical 2024 run, the pressure is at record levels here in Baltimore. Corbin Burns' departure left a leadership vacuum in our rotation that Trevor Rogers, despite his valiant efforts to assume the mantle of ace, cannot fill alone. We know it, the front office knows it, and the market knows it. This is where the situation gets interesting and where my analysis, based on recent moves and league buzz, points to a specific name that could be the game changer. We are talking about a bold move, something that would signal to the AL East that the Orioles are not entering a retooling process, but rather reloading to compete right now. Connected sources and analysis, including pertinent observations from Chris Landers, indicate that the Baltimore Orioles are closely monitoring the situation of Chicago Cubs all-star southpaw Shota Imanaga. Yes, you heard that right. Imanaga, with his contract in the $53 million range, represents exactly the type of calculated investment that our management, often cautious, could justify. He is not just another arm, he is a pitcher who brings international experience and a repertoire that can be lethal if utilized correctly in our environment. The need for a legitimate co-ace to pair with Rogers is glaring. We cannot enter the next season depending solely on hopes that our young arms take a gigantic leap without a veteran's safety net. Imanaga would bring that instant stability. Although his 2025 season did not replicate the stellar numbers of his debut, finishing with a 9.8 record and a 3.73 ERA, these numbers hide a potential that our data analytics team has certainly already identified. A 0.998 whip in 144 innings is not something to ignore. It shows he still controls the strike zone with elite precision, something we value immensely here. Bringing in Imanaga wouldn't just be about filling a spot, it would be about making a statement of intent that the championship window is wide open and we intend to go through it at all costs. Delving deeper into the strategic analysis, the possible arrival of Shota Imanaga at Camden Yards is fascinating from several angles that deserve our detailed attention. First, let's talk about the ballpark fit. There is a narrative that Camden Yards can be hostile, but since the alteration in the left field dimensions, it has become a much safer haven for pitchers, especially left-handers who can induce fly balls that would die in those new dimensions, whereas in other stadiums, they would be home runs. Imanaga, being a pitcher who tends to work in the upper part of the strike zone, could benefit immensely from our wall time ore. Furthermore, thinking about a rotation headlined by Trevor Rogers and Shota Imanaga, followed by talents like Kyle Bradish and a healthy Grayson Rodriguez, gives us a depth that we crucially lacked in the final moments of last season. This would allow Mike Elias to redirect the remaining focus of the offseason to strengthening the bullpen, which also had its moments of collapse, and perhaps adding that impactful right-handed bat we so desperately need to balance the lineup. The financial aspect is also key here. For around $53 million, Imanaga wouldn't break the bank the way other top free agents would, fitting into the Angelos and Elias operating model of spending smartly, not just spending for the sake of it. However, there is urgency. Pitchers with Imanaga's pedigree even coming off a season slightly below his average, are hot commodities. If the Orioles hesitate, we run the real risk of seeing him reinforce a direct rival or another league powerhouse, which would be a nightmare scenario. My final analysis is that this is the low-risk, high-reward move we need to steady the ship. Now, I want to hear from you, the true voice of Birdland. Do you believe Shota Imanaga is the ideal partner for Trevor Rogers to lead our rotation back to the promised land? Or would you prefer to see this investment applied to another area of the team? Leave your opinions in the comments. Let's debate this with the seriousness our team deserves. Don't forget to like the video and share it with other members of the O's fan base. Stay tuned here to the channel for more exclusive updates as soon as they break. Until next time,